Hey everybody, it's a review of The Union and Sunny on Pajama Life.
I am Mikey.
Roxanne Hall. How often is it that you run into your high school sweetheart after 25 long years?
Did have an ulterior motive for bringing you here.
You trying to whisk me away with you, huh?
Something like that. Welcome to London, Mikey.
Somebody needs to tell me what the hell is going on.
Bullshit!
2 nights ago, a list containing the identities of every U.S. spy was stolen. And to get it back, we need someone who is not on that list.
We need a nobody. A nobody I can trust.
So what, you guys like the FBI or something?
We work for the Union.
Okay, here we go.
All right, yeah, he's dead. How dangerous is it gonna be?
Piece of cake. I mean, unless it isn't.
We're reviewing The Union and Sunny, an Apple Plus TV show. And with me is my buddy Patrick. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here.
All right. Well, Pat, tell me what you thought of The Union.
Well, I guess there's so many remakes nowadays for them to remake True Lies like this without even, having Arnold or Jamie Lee Curtis in it. They have so much talent, so many big names, J.K. Simmons, they had Halle Berry, Mark Wahlberg, and not such a big name in the talent department or whatever. Yeah. And Mark Wahlberg. So, but they had a lot of talent. They had Luke Cage in there. I mean, and for it to be so meh, it was just like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I felt it was very, it underperformed quite a bit because, I mean, it was very formula. It was the same kind of buddy comedy, fish out of water thing you see so often. With, I get it. Everybody needs a paycheck, so I understand why big actors do huge dramatic roles and have amazing careers and occasionally have to just do a dog once in a while. But it was not great. It wasn't great. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, this was the most middle kind of show for two such beautiful people to have zero romantic chemistry was wild to me. And so I couldn't figure out, was it the acting? Was it because where they were kind of dialing it in? Was it the script? But a couple of the characters kind of stood out. Kind of the middle woman. She was hilarious to me because she was like, look, I don't give a damn if yeah, you kind of cool. I think I could like you, but I got to get this money. So call me when and get rid of him and call me so we can have some fun. And I just have to say, this is just a girl comment, but Halle Berry's hair was ridiculous. It was just not. I was like, is that a leftover wig from Storm? What's going on? But it was just, I couldn't believe it with so much, like you said, so much acting ability. I've seen Amazon Prime kind of side movies that were
it's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, and it was, it had Netflix money behind it, so it looked really good. But I think it was the direction and the acting. But what really disappointed me was those two beautiful people having zero chemistry. Come on. Who doesn't want to have sex with Halle Berry? And who doesn't want to have sex with Mark Wahlberg? Mr. Calvin Klein underwear himself. And Mike Coulter, oh my God, who they kind of made weird in this. His character was odd to to say the least. And
Well, the
I,
thing
I
is,
expected more Luke Cage
well,
and less Mookie.
who didn't know that he was going to be? And I'm not.
Don't
If
spoil
you're,
it. Don't
yeah,
spoil
it
it.
was not. It was weak.
Yeah,
It was weak.
the only person I was surprised by was the middle woman, the middleman character. She was pretty cool, and J.K. Simmons, even his role was kind of
He was a
like,
State Farm guy. That's all he was. Yeah.
and he's totally buffed out. So it's kind of weird looking at him now because he's like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's like totally buff. It's weird, but I was expecting at least him to pull it together. So yeah, I can see watching
Disappointing.
this, huh? Yeah,
Disappointing.
yeah. And so I can see watching this, having it on TV while you're mowing the lawn or you're you're doing something. You just need noise in the background. It's Saturday afternoon, kind of. But I tell you one thing, I really felt anybody could watch this. This was the least offensive action movie I've ever seen. There was like no violence, no blood, no sex. So at least the whole family could watch this on Labor Day weekend. So
Everybody can be disappointed together. It'll be fun.
yeah, it's a heartwarming disappointment for everyone. So definitely check. Well, no, it's up to you to check out The Union on Netflix. Next up is, I don't know how to feel about Sunny on Apple TV Plus. Let's take a look.
Family was in a plane crash. Things have been weird.
I have a gift.
I'm Sunny. Bring it in. Okay.
Robots can be of great comfort.
I don't want a robot. I hate robots.
Sunny was created by your husband.
I'm confused. Masa works in refrigerators.
You are also laugh riot.
What are you hiding from me? How much does Masa talk to you about what he does at Ematech? Maybe I could help figure this out. Did you really know my husband?
I don't know. My first memory is meeting you.
Are you okay?
Don't you see, Susie? I was programmed for you.
Hey. Okay, Pat, what did you think?
Okay, now, mind you, that I have not watched the entire series. I've gotten through about the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
And I can tell you, I want to go back and watch this. This was one of the most stylish, smart things I've seen in a while. I was super, super impressed with this because the vibe, the feel of this, the way they did the lighting, I mean, it is very noir, but you can't tell what decade it's set in. It feels like the 70s, but you've got this modernistic Blade Runner-y kind of feel to parts of it, and I mean, I love where it's going. This, man, I got to tell you, Apple TV tends to put together some really good stuff. I mean, Ted Lasso, you think about, that. You think about Severance, man. This has that Severance kind of feel like, wow. You're like, man, there's stuff in here that should be funny. There should be some, but there's also stuff that's kind of creepy kind of going on. You don't know what's going on. I mean, it's a mystery. And I love it. This is original. This is the kind of stuff I like to watch, rather than the movie we just previewed, which was just basically five buddy movies and fish out of water movies rolled into one and throw some stars at it and call it good, slap a name on it, throw it in the thing. This one, I didn't expect any of this stuff. And this is a delight. I mean, I recommend this if you enjoy original programming and things that are going to make you think. This so far has been absolutely fabulous. And it looks beautiful too, which is a big draw for me.
Yeah. And all those positive points I agree with. It's definitely original. It's definitely beautiful to look at. It's looking at parts of Japanese culture we don't get to see very often. And it's a nice sci-fi kind of take on kind of a thriller noir, but then it kind of takes a turn in the middle and becomes very confusing because there's so much to the story you're trying to figure out. And so it's confusing. And so I've watched all 8 episodes so far, and I think there are 10 altogether. So we're about at the penultimate episode this week. But now I'm just confused. I mean, and I'm a noir girl. I love me some noir. But you usually can piece together, but for some reason, it's something missing. And not in a good way. But I'm interested to see where it's going to go because I don't think it's going to end up where I thought it was going to take me. So, which, I'm all for going on the journey. It ended up in a weird destination, which this whole thing seems to be. It's because I'm wondering maybe if it's like Mr. Robot. I don't know. But it's definitely, and the one thing I would say that I also don't like, I'm not a fan of Rashida Jones's character in this. She's just unlikable. But her pal, which is the cutest name ever, Mixie, I just think that is such an adorable, and she's adorable. So you have to watch very carefully, but I think you'll enjoy it. I just think that the last couple of episodes are confusing and how it fits into the overall fabric of the show. So, but it's still something very unique. It's based on a book. And so I think that's where you also get the kind of depth that you didn't get, say, in some of the Netflix one we just saw. So this is like, A5 Wagyu with truffle butter versus beef cup of noodles. There's a place for both, but which one would you really rather have? So I agree with Pat. Definitely, I want Pat to finish this so we can discuss and maybe come back to it, even if we might come back to it to talk about it, because I just think it's going to take us to a really interesting place. I'm not sure if this is going to be continued, if there's another season, but if not, I can tell you I really enjoyed most of it so far. So definitely, I don't know if it's for kids. Frankly, I don't think they will understand what's going on. So, because don't understand what's going on. So, but it's definitely an interesting, fun, but dark ride. So check out Sunny on Apple TV Plus. Okay, well, that takes us to the end. And next week, it's back. Only Murders in the Building. And it's also back. I know it's like nails on the chalkboard for Pat, but Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. I just rewatched the first season and really enjoyed it. So I'm really waiting for this season to kick up again and see where we're going to go. And Pat will be like,
well, follow the books. Come on.
Get ready.
Come on, follow the books. Plenty of material. Don't need to go making new stuff.
Oh my gosh. So definitely come back next week. Pat, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, everybody. If you wish to read the real Tolkien, there are books that you can read that will be. Stay away from the ones his kids just rifled through his stuff. Stick with, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Silmarillion. Those are the ones you should read. Those are the ones. That's the ones. I'm rereading The Silmarillion right now. So there you go. I'll be ready. I'm ready.
I am ready with watching the Rings of Power. and the what, third season of Only Murders in the Building. We'll be
Fourth,
reviewing
isn't it?
those.
Is it third or fourth?
It's fourth season. So definitely check out. We'll be doing one or both weekly. So definitely check us out, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay.